She's being called Jeb Bush in high heels. The donor class's very own candidate, Nikki Haley, is an absolute disaster. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, and we're going to see precisely why the Nikki Haley candidacy is actually an admission, one that you're absolutely going to love. It's been a week now since Nikki Haley announced her presidential candidacy, and let's just say things aren't quite going the way she hoped. The day after her announcement, President Trump trolled her, saying, "Oh, look, she's polling at 1%. Not a bad start." Well, in fairness, number 45 was just a bit off a week since her announcement. She's actually polling much better than that. She's polling at 6%. This according to Morning Consult. She's now tied with Mike Pence for the very bottom. In fact, things are so bad that she's getting trounced by Trump in her very own state of South Carolina. He's beating her by double digits. 41% of Republicans, 41% either don't have an opinion of her or don't even know who she is. And so what that means is she's hardly going to be the last Republican to jump into this race and try to steal the 2024 nomination from Trump, which ironically means that Trump is basically guaranteed the nomination. The more people who run and crowd each other out for the non-Trump vote, the more Trump's loyal supporters are guaranteed to win. That's why Trump is saying, hey, come on in, the more the merrier. And no one, and I mean no one, has been more devastating to Nikki Haley's presidential prospects than Tucker Carlson. Back when our cities were burning under the carnage of racial riots following the George Floyd incident, Carlson reported on what Nikki Haley was doing in response.
The message from our leaders on the right, as on the left, was unambiguous. Don't complain, you deserve what's happening to you. No one jumped in more forcefully or seemed angrier at America than former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Quote, "Tonight I turned on the news and I am heartbroken," Haley wrote. "It's important to understand that the death of George Floyd was personal and painful for many. In order to heal, it needs to be personal and painful for everyone." But wait a second, you may be wondering, how am I, quote, personally responsible for the behavior of a Minneapolis police officer? I've never even been to Minneapolis, you may think to yourself. And why is some politician telling me I'm required to be upset about it? Those are all good questions. Nikki Haley did not answer those questions. Explaining is not her strong suit. That would require thinking. What Nikki Haley does best is moral blackmail. During the 2016 campaign, she compared Donald Trump to the racist mass murderer Dylan Roof. How is Donald Trump similar to a serial killer? Nikki Haley never explained that. She wasn't trying to educate anyone. Her only goal was political advantage. Nikki Haley is exceptionally good at getting what she wants. She's happy to denounce you as a racist in order to get it. She just did.
And so obviously, when Nikki Haley announced her run for the presidency last week, Tucker was hardly impressed.
He stepped in it. But to be fair to Don Lemon, Nikki Haley seemed like perfectly fair game. She's a Republican presidential candidate, so savage her all you want. Oh, but no. Because in fact, in all the ways that matter, Nikki Haley is a member in good standing of the most protected class of all, upper-income liberal white ladies with fashionable political views. She may be running to be the Republican nominee, but she is fundamentally indistinguishable from the neoliberal donor base of the Democratic Party. Nikki Haley believes in collective racial guilt. She thinks Ukraine's borders are more important than our own, far more important. She believes identity politics is our future. Vote for me because I'm a woman, she says. That's her pitch. So Don Lemon should have caught this, but he missed it completely. He didn't get it, and so he stepped in his final bear trap.
And of course, Tucker's right. He's absolutely right. And it's showing in all the polls. You see, within the Republican Party, Nikki Haley literally has no possible path to the nomination. She's far too close to Trump for the Never Trumpers, and she's far too away from Trump for the MAGA voters. She's literally in an impossible position. So why on earth is she running? Well, we're going to answer precisely that, and you're going to love it. But first, gang, you have got to click on that link below and try for yourself the new technology behind MyPillow 2.0. It's absolutely amazing. Mike Lindell has completely outdone himself with a new fabric temperature regulating technology that keeps you comfortable all throughout the night. You're going to absolutely love this. And you get the same amazing savings as always if you use my promo code Turley. So a classic MyPillow is normally $69.98, but if you use promo code Turley, you'll get that same classic MyPillow for just $19.98, and that applies to over 200 products in their catalog. So don't wait. Click on that link below. Give the gift of comfort and warmth to yourself and your loved ones, patriots in your life. Support one of America's most amazing patriots, Mike Lindell, and get the best savings ever. Click on that link below right now. A number of savvy commentators and pundits are recognizing that Nikki Haley running for president is actually an admission. It's an admission that the Trump team is poised to crush Biden in 2024, and they're recognizing that, and they want a seat at the table. In many respects, they're taking their playbook from Kamala Harris. Harris, of course, was a disaster on the campaign trail. She had to bow out of the contest before the first primary. She did that poorly. I mean, she was poised to come in dead last among all the different candidates. But that didn't matter to bumbling Biden, who declared that he was picking a running mate based solely on gender and race, regardless of why he picked her. The behind-the-scenes strategy seemed to have worked. Whoever was lobbying Biden on behalf of Kamala Harris persuaded the powers that be to pick her. And that appears to be precisely what Nikki Haley is attempting to do here. She knows she can't win, right? There's not a single serious political strategist that thinks she can. We're dealing, again, with someone who is too close to Trump for the never-Trumpers, too far away from Trump for the MAGA crowd. There's no possible path for her to win. So the only possible explanation here for why she's running is that she wants to adopt the Kamala Harris path, either to become a presidential running mate or she wants just another seat at the Trump table, which means that her candidacy is a giant admission that the donor class that's backing Nikki Haley sees Trump as the most likely winner in this upcoming 2024 contest. As many of you know, the Wall Street Journal recently reported that President Trump's team is now all in on ballot harvesting strategies to counter Democrat advantages in early and mail-in voting. According to the Journal, Trump's staff are actively reviewing state laws on absentee mail-in voting and ballot harvesting so as to maximize the Republican vote in 2024. And of course, we all know now that's absolutely key to victory. It's not so much a matter of who turns out to vote. It's a matter of how many ballots are coming in. That's the new strategy. So Trump looks like he's ready for 2024, and Nikki Haley and her donors appear to be admitting that he has a very good chance of winning. And they want to make sure they have a part in the power base that's incoming into the White House. That leads to a final consideration here, and that's the extent to which Trump is going to fall victim to the siren calls of the establishment donor class. If Nikki Haley's team is successful, we'll find out that Trump learned nothing in his first 10 years as president. But if he keeps her at arm's length, then we know we're looking at Trump 2.0 that's absolutely ready to crush the deep state. So we'll have to see how all of this plays itself out. But I think the key takeaway in all of this is that the Nikki Haley candidacy is a massive admission that the donor class does see the path to victory for Trump as a very real, plausible possibility. And they're doing everything they can to get in on the ground floor of that future win. As always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. You'll definitely want to check out my latest video on MSNBC absolutely panicking over Tucker Carlson's release of the J6 footage. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to click on that link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.